This is going to be a review of this electric cordless screwdriver. So let's talk about what you actually get in the package. So in addition to the screwdriver, you've got your sockets here. You've got several bits here, which are about 37 bits in total, and I'll zoom in on them in a moment. You do have this extension here. You also have an adapter, which I'll point out in a moment, as well as an extension rod. And what with this flexible shaft here, it does hold its shape really well. This does have a rechargeable lithium-ion battery, so this is a rechargeable tool. Now let me focus it a little bit more on the actual particulars here. So in terms of the sockets here, they range anywhere from 4 millimeters to about 12 millimeters in size. So they've got a good variety here for you, and that can work in conjunction with this adapter here. If I can just pull it out here, you can see you've got this adapter which fits in nicely, so that you can get to work with those. Now in terms of the actual bits, I'm just going to zoom in on these bits here so you can get a sense of what you're actually getting. So here's the first set of bits, and then here is the second set. And I'll just point out, you've really got a little bit of everything here in terms of your Phillips, your Robertson, your flat heads. So you've got a variety of different tips here. Now, one thing I will critique about this tool is, in my opinion, the tips here are actually the weakest part of this set. Just because I found them to be somewhat mediocre when using this. Here you can see the extension rod. Okay, and then lastly here we have this again flexible shaft, which I showed you a little bit earlier. Now the tool itself is quite light. You can see that it's in this configuration, sort of like a gun. You can change this configuration to a straight screwdriver. So the way you do that is it has this button here on top. You simply press it and turn it towards it to the left, and then suddenly you've got it in this configuration, which, depending on the job you're doing, may be more suited for the task at hand. And again, you just press it and turn it back the opposite way, and you're back to where you started. It's got this trigger mechanism here, and the trigger mechanism can be locked. There is this little button here which goes to both sides, and this controls whether you're locking the tip and the direction that you're turning the tip. So if I press it from left to right, you can see it operates like you would normally expect it to, and you can see there's an LED here at the front. If I then snap it over from right to left, it'll reverse. So you can see that this is a reversible gun, and then if you put it right in the middle, you essentially lock it. But you can see that the LED continues to function. So it does have that ability to be reversible in nature, which is really nice. Now, going on a little bit further here in terms of the grip, this black part here is a rubberized material. And so it does have a good sort of a grippy, sticky feel to it. Now, the only complaint I have about the actual tool itself, aside perhaps from the power, which I'll talk about in a moment, is the actual size of the grip. So you can see here that the handle is just a little bit, I'm 5'9", I'd say I'm average size, so this is sort of my pinkies right at the edge here. So if you're a larger person with larger hands, you may find that you're sort of holding it like this, which is probably not going to be ideal. So the one thing that I would critique, that in this configuration, it may feel small to some people. Now it does have the ability to charge it here on the bottom side here, and as I said, it's a 1300 milliamp battery. It did take me a few hours to initially charge this. I haven't run out of that initial charge, and I haven't been doing that many tasks with it. I did test it by using it to see if it was strong enough to work with trying to put in some screws into a 2x4. It did so. The only thing, as I said, the tips themselves are what I would call somewhat below par. So that again is probably the weakest part of this, aside from the fact that this is a 3.7 volt tool, so you're not going to get the full power that you would with something like a 20 volt tool. So as a result, who would I recommend this for? Again, this is perfect for someone who wants to do building things at home, sort of those do-it-yourself jobs, any sort of like cabinets you might order from Amazon, fixing kitchen cabinets around the house, that sort of thing. This is the perfect tool. You don't really need anything bigger, that's because normally anything bigger is going to be quite a bit heavier as well. This is a really light tool, so it's something that can be used by everybody. So as I said, for building small cabinets and things like that, this is the perfect tool to use. As I said, you do get a significant amount of additional accessories with it, which is nice to see. The only thing that I might also add is that you're just going to have a bit of a storage space for this. There's nothing that comes with this to actually store it. So what you see here is what you get. You're just going to have to possibly put it into a toolbox or something of that nature to hold it in place. But otherwise, it's a pretty nice tool. It'll get the job done, as I said, for smaller jobs. Building something like this desk, it'll work out perfectly. It's not the best, in my opinion, to use for really small tasks like PCs and so forth. It's something I would not use it for, but for building filing cabinets and all those types of do-it-yourself type of jobs, this will be the perfect tool. So anyways, I thought I'd just highlight some of the aspects of this rechargeable cordless electric screwdriver. Just one final thing here is that this is a magnetized tip, so it works really well. So anyways, this has been a quick review, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.